Okay, Bravoholics, it's me, Lindsay, here in the editing room, and I'm putting together this episode. And I just wanted to come on and tell you that today's meeting is going to feel a little different. And honestly, it's kind of a big deal. If you've been with me from the beginning, you know that this show started as our weekly support group. One episode, one show, maybe two or three if Traders bombed us with 3 episodes at the beginning of the season, breaking down the chaos together. But as this little community has grown, I've been dreaming about what expanding the Bravoholics Anonymous universe can be. And I've always wanted to take this next step into this next era. And I think we're finally at the point where we have the audience built up to do it. For the first time ever, we're not just going to be recapping one show. We're going to be talking about everything. Like all the shows, the full reality TV universe, the group chat energy, the did you watch this chaos across 9 different series. I knew if we were going to do this, I needed to bring in someone who lives in that world. Someone who isn't just watching, but shaping the conversation around it. So I am so excited to welcome Taylor Valentine, aka Tay on TikTok, a true Bravoholic content creator, and one of those voices you've definitely been seeing breaking down the shows in real time. She's pretty much the face of the Nicolandria fan group. I mean, you know her, come on. And she doesn't shy away from a hot take. So who better to bring in to launch this new conversational platform for Bravoholics Anonymous? Today we're going to get into all of it, what we're watching, what's hitting, what's flopping, and how Taylor has built her corner of the internet as the go-to for reality TV fans. And don't worry, our classic recaps are not going anywhere. We'll still be deep diving into our favorite shows with some of your favorite Bravoholics every week. But this format of episode is going to be ongoing, and I'm going to be bringing in the voices and people that you follow and that I follow on TikTok and YouTube to talk about all the things, all their opinions, their hot take of the week, their conspiracy theories, what they're believing, what they're seeing, and what they're hating. So stick around because Bravoholics Anonymous is blossoming this spring. And tell a friend. Or just come and don't tell anyone and keep it your exclusive little secret. I mean, that doesn't really help us, but they'll still find out, I hope. Because these people kick ass that I'm bringing in, okay? So this is going to be us opening up to more shows, more voices, more opinions, and more chaos. So with that, welcome to the next era of Bravoholics Anonymous. And thanks for sticking around. Hi, everybody. My name is Lindsay, and I'm a Bravoholic.
You're preaching to the choir. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Honey, you have to stop saying that.
Bravoholics Anonymous.
Hi, I'm back. My name is Taylor, and I am a Bravoholic.
And Bravoholics, you know Taylor, she's been here in the past talking about all things Love Island, Real Housewives, Summer House in the past, and it's been too long. I'm so excited to have her back.
I know.
It's ooh, and I like every time I open up TikTok and I see your videos come through, I have to hear your hot take on whatever you're talking about or whatever the Nicolandria news is.
Listen, you know, I'm all things Nicolandria, and I talk a lot of mess.
I'm
So
here for it. I
if you
support
want
it.
to, if you want to be messy, my page is the perfect place to be. It's all mess
Well,
over
make
there.
sure you check it out if you're on TikTok or Instagram as well. Taylor, let's catch up. Like, what are you watching right now?
Yes. Ooh, okay, so right now I am watching Southern Hospitality, which is going on a generational run right now. I'm so impressed. Um, Below Deck, Down Under. Um, I just finished Love Island All Stars. I don't know if you watched the UK version, it's better, but just finished that. And oh, I'm trying to catch up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it's so hard for
It's really
me.
boring, isn't it?
It's so hard. I'm just like, I'm struggle watching it. Like, I'll be like on my phone, I'll be like, dang, I need to rewind because I did not hear what they just said. And I do it like three
The
times.
thing about Beverly Hills right now too is like I have been watching it. I do think it's a foundation year where we're like laying a new foundation of where we're going to
Mm,
go in the next 3 or 4 seasons. But it's
yeah.
just so boring, but I do think the
So
new
good.
it girls are Bose, Dorit, and Rachel Zoe. I think in like
Rachel Zoe is
in 1 or 2
amazing.
seasons, those women in their friendship is really going to take off. And then the other
Hmm.
women are going to be straggling on the outskirts because they're used to being the center of attention. And now they're not part of the cool girl group
Yeah.
and they're going to have a real problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. And ironically, those are my favorites this season. Like, they're the only reason I still watch. They need to like cut the ties with Kyle. I know she's a pioneer and she probably got blackmail on Andy because there is no way. There's no way she's still on this show. But like once they realize, okay, we have a core group here that are actually friends in Bose, Dorit, and Rachel, and then they get their friends or like their acquaintances or whoever, we could have a whole new era of Beverly Hills. But they keep holding on to Kyle and
Kyle,
her story and her family, and it's just
like
like,
low key, I was talking to a casting person in Unscripted a couple weeks
hmm,
ago, and they were like, Kyle calls all the shots. Like, if there's a new housewife coming on, Kyle has to approve. If there's something, it's
hmm,
just like she's got way too much power and status. And I think the only way
yeah,
that's going to be disrupted at this point is if the audience, like Rachel has already done this before, so she walks
yeah,
in and it's effortless. She's wearing the
hmm,
big designer names and like, label dropping the way we expect a Beverly Hills
yeah.
housewife to drop. And I just feel like if there's anyone that could dethrone Kyle and maybe like reshift the power on the show, it is Rachel Zoe. So there's hope in
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
But it is boring to watch them have to all go out to dinner together at an airport on Sutton's trip because they don't, half of the group doesn't like the other half of the group. And it's so
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah. I think, it's hard for like producers to let go of an era because Kyle has run the show for so long and her family with Kim and now Kathy, and like they've just surrounded them. And now we have Amanda who lives in her old house. Like everything is just connected to Kyle. And it's like, that is holding you back because even Kyle is not sharing her whole life
That's
anymore.
it.
So
That's it.
why are, yeah, like why are we putting all our eggs in Kyle's basket? Because now people aren't watching the show. I'm episodes behind. And Beverly Hills used to be my favorite at one point. And now I'm just like, oh, well, I guess I have nothing else to watch. Let me watch Beverly Hills. And I never thought it would be like that.
That's what it
And
is. It's
she,
the
yeah,
fact that if you're on one of these shows and you're constantly shifting and playing defense and not letting people into your life, or it's like a one-off weird scene with Mauricio visiting the house, like, and
hmm,
that's not us seeing into your life. That's not like us watching Kyle process and grieve this marriage that like she should be doing. That's what the audience is looking to connect with, and because she's not doing that stuff, she's not bringing anything to the show. We're watching Dorit go through
hmm,
that. We're watching Dorit clamor and look for
yeah,
support in the friend group while she's doing it. And it feels at least real from Dorit's standpoint. You know what I mean? And how she's doing it. Like
right.
the rhetoric of, is Dorit overspending on her trips? Is she doing this or that? Like that's all so relatable for women in today's modern society
Hmm.
going through divorce and stuff like that. So I think people are, whether you normally like Dorit or you don't normally like Dorit, I think it's something you can find
Yeah,
relation to and find interesting. But Kyle's almost so out of reach in her Encino mansion, with 5 dogs and all, and pretending she still has the family together. It's like, it's dark, but we're not
yeah,
getting any of the story. So it doesn't pay off.
Right. No, I agree. I think her time is she's run its course and it's been a successful course, but you got to know when to like cut the cord.
Maybe she
Like
should Lisa Rinna.
nobody's gonna.
Like everyone hated
Yeah,
Rinna
I think.
and she went away and she just did her own thing. And now everyone's like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
they all
now
forgot
people
they
are
hated
asking for
Rinna and
her
they want her
back.
back.
Yeah, I would never overstay my welcome. Like even Candy did the same thing. She's like, okay, no one's gonna call me an unsuccessful housewife. I've had so many moments, so many this, that. Like it's I feel like no one's gonna fire Kyle. She would have to leave on her own. But it's like, how long are you gonna do this? And every off season, she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be back. She says the same thing. She'll probably say the same thing this off season. Like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna return. Then she's always back. So it's like, stop teasing us and
And they
leave.
even tried to
Like,
set her up in a scene where they were asking about her, like, was it Tennessee house or something? They're like, where are your houses again? And one of
mm,
them was like in Tennessee. And so they were like leaning into the Morgan weight of it all.
yeah,
And like, she still didn't open up about that either. It's just, what's the point then, Kyle? Like, what is it? She better bring back,
yeah.
if Kyle wants
We
to
need.
stay on next season, I'm going to say it now. I need Kim Richards back and I don't care.
Is Kim Richards in jail
She's
or is she
if she's
free?
not, I bet she's not because they're rich, but um I feel
True.
like she should probably be confined somehow. But on
Like, I
TV would be
mean,
great.
nothing is better for a convict than being on a housewife show, clearly.
Oh my god. Do you remember when she robbed the Target? I remember that day. That was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And now look, we just have a whole bunch of housewives just in and out of prison. I can't believe where where Bravo has gone. I mean, we've always been like this, i.e., like Nene Leakes and like Portia and Marlo and all of the Atlanta housewives, but now we have Kim
Mhm.
Richards, we have dang half of
Jen
Potomac,
Shaw. We've got, yeah, half of
Jen
Potomac,
Shaw,
Jen
like
Shaw, Monica. I mean, she should be locked up. She's crazy, but
Mia went to jail. Like
can't believe
it's a
it.
mess.
Grace Lilly. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Justice for Grace Lilly.
Grace Lilly, she just got out.
She's back, isn't she?
Yeah, she's literally like, oh yeah, you might have arrested me for, meth and coke and crack, but I'm gonna do it again, like
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Maddie needs to get her sponsor on the phone for Grace Lilly because I think that's like
Yeah.
how they originally met was in rehab or like the program. I think they talked about that in the
Was
past. Yeah,
it?
because Grace Lilly
Oh
was
wow.
arrested for having cocaine and marijuana when she's like a teenager, like pre-work, pre-glow up.
I saw that
Yeah,
mugshot.
yeah. So this has been something that's been ongoing for her in her life.
Oh Lord.
Um, but it's all wavy, baby. Okay, so wait, that's what you're watching right now. What are your three, if you had to pick three reality shows as your favorite reality shows right now, you can change it next time you come on. What three are you choosing for your favorite three?
My favorite three. Okay, so I have to put Love Island in there. I'll put all the countries. UK is my favorite, but obviously Love Island USA is a monster of its
Mm-hmm.
own. So Love Island, Traders,
Mm-hmm.
I get excited every time it's Trader
So
season.
good.
Um, and ooh, I'll do a Bravo one. Um, Gosh, that's actually really hard. You know what? I'm gonna say early on, I'll say Southern Hospitality because these first few episodes, two episodes, I think, I am glued to my screen. So I'm
It's
like,
good.
I'll give it to them right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's a hot button topic. Everyone's hating on the new
Hmm.
Vanderpump Rules. But I remember when Southern Hospitality started and everyone season one was
Yeah.
like, this is trash. This is blah. And I have a theory,
Mm.
and you can tell me I'm wrong. I have a
Hmm.
theory that Vanderpump Rules is going to be Southern hospitality in 2 seasons. We just need the foundation work to be laid. We need the lore. What's so good about Southern hospitality right now is we now have all these historical reference points of these fights. So Bradley
Yeah.
is like this whole thing about her lying about Maddie's ex-boyfriend was a retaliation of Maddie lying about him getting a blowjob in an alley in season 1. Like we have these lore
Hmm.
points that are tipped into that are making Southern hospitality so good. My question to you is, do you
Yeah.
think Vanderpump Rules has that potential? Do you see it at all becoming a Southern hospitality, or do you really think it's like a flop?
Um, I personally don't see it, but the only reason I have to disagree with you is because, like, me personally, when I watched Southern Hospitality season one, I kind of came into it with like clean slate, open heart, open mind. Like, I was just like, oh, what is this? And like, I didn't hate season one. I was just like, okay, season one of any reality show is usually like boring, and then everybody's like, oh, you got to watch season two. So I kind of, that's how I went into it. Where Vanderpump Rules, I kind of made a video about this. I was saying like this new era would have probably done way better if Lisa Vanderpump wasn't so dead set on having her name be on the title
Ugh.
of this. If they would have like gotten the show and named it something completely different, and it wouldn't have been like at Sir, and like we're trying to like reheat nachos that
Mm-hmm.
are other people's, like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people would have given it a chance. I gave it a chance. I watched 3 episodes. I no longer watch it. Like I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think as much as you want to be like, okay, we're going to go into this with an open mind, it's so hard, like seeing Sir, seeing them be waiters, seeing the back alley, and you're not thinking of like Sheena and Ariana, and like it's almost impossible because Vanderpump originally, like, or the original one, it was so good, and it was so like the only show of its time at the time. So now it's like, okay, we have this new era, and these people are all like influencers already. They're all like like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like not as organic, I don't think,
Mm-hmm.
because Sheena kind of bridged the gap between Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Vanderpump Rules with the Brandy Glanville situation. Like she just
Right.
came on as like a side chick, and she was like, okay, well, this is where I work, and Lisa Vanderpump is on Beverly Hills and she's my boss. And then here comes like Jax stealing sunglasses and getting arrested for it, and Lala being a sugar baby, and like it was just craziness
Yeah.
everywhere
It's
you went. Where like
incomparable.
these, and then these people are like, oh, I'm a model and I've also been on this reality TV show and this reality TV show and this. And it's like, I
Okay,
don't
here's what
know.
I
I don't
think.
think the cast,
What if we
oh, go
what
ahead.
if we what if they leaned further? Okay, what if they they acknowledged that Sir's been a failing business? Like they're talking about splitting the
Mm,
$500 tips amongst 8 people. That's horrible for LA. That's horrible.
wow.
Like there it's empty in there all the time. If they were
Hmm.
okay leaning into how Sir is failing and the desperation of them needing to do other things like the OnlyFans, like the
Hmm.
modeling or the bathing suit line or like the sugar daddies or whatever, if they leaned further into that,
Yeah.
it would be so good because it is, in my opinion, as someone who's served tables in West Hollywood in the last 10 years, a very
Hmm.
accurate representation of the people that are working in restaurants right now. I know that they're models.
Yeah.
I know that they're on Instagram and they're on OnlyFans and they're doing things, but that's truly what all these servers are doing. And so I do feel from that standpoint, it's accurate. And also, like, if we look at the span of Bravo and reality TV and how far we've come, we're in a
Hmm.
new generation of people that aspire to be reality stars, and it means something different now than it used to mean when Vanderpump started. When Vanderpump started, they were still reaching to be actors and singers. Now you can make
Hmm.
a career off of being a reality star, and you could do the challenge, you could do
Right.
Traders, you could do House of Villains, you can literally go like show after that if you make a big enough name for
Hmm.
yourself on your show. So maybe in the
Yeah.
new era, they need to break that fourth wall down, talk about how Surf is failing, how desperate they are for the reality show to take off, and start getting on each other's nerves about planting stories and breaking the fourth wall. Maybe this is the space to play with that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. I didn't know that, Sir was in trouble.
Oh,
Like I said, I don't watch the
I think
show,
they only
but
kept I think they've only kept that restaurant open because they were going to do this show. I think
oh
otherwise it wouldn't
wow.
have made any sense to keep the business. Nobody's ever in
Yeah.
there.
Dang. See, and then back in Vanderpump era, people were going there just to see Stassi, just to see,
Mhm.
Kristen Doty. Like the show helped the restaurant. So it's like so crazy, like how it is now. But I mean, obviously, I think the audience of any like reality show is going to welcome more realness. So if they were talking about, splitting bad tips and okay, I have to do this because we're broke, like that also low key is still copying off of old
You're
Vanderpump.
right.
Like look at Tom Sandoval and they lived in a crappy apartment. They were all
It was
roommates at
so
some point.
good.
Like it
It
was
was
just like,
so
yeah,
good.
we could relate to it's like, oh, y'all broke just like us, except you're on camera. Like it was messy and like organic, where I hate to even say it like this, like the from the episodes I watched, like nobody that I saw was like a star or whatever from the three episodes I watched. Like from episode one, like, oh, this girl Stassi, she's crazy. Show, like you could tell.
Mhm.
I think that one guy that looks like he looks like Sid from Ice Age. What's his name?
His name, he's the boyfriend, Marcus.
Yes. They're trying to make him the star from what I saw, or like the Jax Taylor, or like the hot guy. And I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know if
this is,
that's Marcus. I don't know. There's
he has like bulgy
Yeah,
eyes.
that's Marcus. Marcus had I guess, had a
Okay.
really good arc for season one. Like he started off really rough, like drinking at work,
Hmm.
fighting with his girlfriend, and they gave him and he like kind of led the first 3 or 4 episodes until the rest of the cast could get their footing on how it worked. And then they all branched
Yeah.
off with their own drama and Marcus could kind of step back, which so that worked
Oh,
out
that's
really
good.
well with the edit, I think. But
Hmm.
like my thing is that Venus is great. Venus could be the star. That's the gay guy with the
Hmm.
long hair. Except
Hmm.
he doesn't he doesn't push the boundary far enough in like if in the moments of conflict with other cast members. I think he's more reserved and
Okay.
we need
Yeah.
more demon twink energy from him if he's going to be the
Oh,
token
Demon
gay. I got to
Twink.
be real. Like you need a demon twink if you're going to have a WeHo restaurant drama, we need a demon twink on the cast that's going to be a total diva and controlling their
Yeah.
own narrative and being unwilling. Like, you know what I mean? Because Venus is kind of
Yeah.
playing more of like, if I had to guess Venus's astrology sign, it'd be like a Cancer. And I think he's more people pleasing. And while he does like have his friends
Mm.
he's close with, like Audrey or Natalie, at the end of the day, I think he steps back instead of leaning into the drama. And if you're going to be,
Hmm.
he's got a very token look. He's very recognizable. If you want to talk about people coming to the restaurant to see somebody, I think Venus would stand
Yeah.
out. But
Yeah.
but they have to lean more into it. We'll see if they get their footing. I mean,
I
I'm
saw
always
him
gonna
on
hope. I'm
TikTok
always gonna
live
hope
randomly.
that a Bravo show gives me what I want, but it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't great this season. I did love Audrey did a stand up set and she invited the entire cast to her stand up. And
Hmm.
then she just ripped apart this one girl on the show. Like literally just like it wasn't even jokes. She just stood up there and like
Oh my God.
roasted her, but it wasn't a roast. It was like she just like ran her name through the mud. She's like, yeah, she still lives with her boyfriend. They still sleep together, but she's judging other people. Like it was so great. It was so great. So
Oh
there's
my
like little
gosh.
moments like that make me hope, but also I totally get what people are saying about the show. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, you gotta let me know because I still am
I'll
not gonna
keep you I'll
watch
keep you in. Don't waste your time. We I want to get back to
it.
Southern Hospitality though because I am also loving it. I've always loved the show. I love Charleston. Um this season there's a lot going on again with Maddie and Emmy and Will and Joe versus like TJ, Mia, Bradley and the rest of the staff, Molly. Where
Hmm.
where do you fall in the mix with the cast members and the drama this season? Like, who are you siding with? What are you seeing?
Ooh, okay, so it is kind of weird because normally I love Maddie, but I'm actually citing like Mia, TJ, and Bradley for like the first time ever
Hmm.
because her feud with them and this group message and finding out her boyfriend didn't cheat on her. I mean, he did, but not the time she's thinking of, or whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, reunion time. I was like so team Maddie because, like, why would you guys do that? Like, that's so effed up. And I still believe to this day that she's only with Joe Bradley because they broke up. Like, Joe, she wasn't going to date Joe just because she liked him so much. And I think that's the reason why she's so
Mm,
mad about
yeah.
this. But I feel like, okay, if what Bradley said is true and they squash the beef, they're texting about other things, they're texting about their friendship and like, okay, I want to move forward from this. Now the fact that she's at this hot dog event trying to like argue with everybody m- makes it seem to me like, okay, the cameras are rolling now, we're filming our season, so let me like re-bring up what happened at the reunion, why I'm mad. And Bradley's over here like, you're still mad because we've been texting for weeks now about other things and I've already apologized to you. And like, so it just seems like she's beating a dead horse, or she was fake in the fact that she forgave them when she didn't. And that's why in this last episode, when Mia confronted her about like stepping on her
Cardboard
cutout,
cutout.
cardboard cutout,
Yeah.
she was like, don't be fake and hug me when I'm not around. You're stepping on my cardboard cutout.
Well,
Because I feel like that is what Maddie was doing with Bradley and TJ was like, oh, everything's fine. But now the cameras are rolling, like, I'm going to tell you all these problems I have with you. And it's like, which one is it? Because now I'm siding with enemy instead of Maddie, who I normally side with, because it just seems like you're just getting mad conveniently when you were fine and there's receipts of you being fine.
I think
I don't
I
know.
think Maddie's doing this because she doesn't want her storyline this season to be about her and Joe Bradley. I think Joe Bradley for her is like a
Mm,
security blanket and she's doing really
yep.
big things right now and she's intimidated by it and does want like an anti-anxiety partner that travels with her and tells her how great she is and Joe Bradley loves her and is into that and will do what she wants and needs because he
Hmm.
loves her. I don't think Maddie loves Joe Bradley the same way. I think once she gets settled and
Same.
confident in what she's doing, she's going to kick him to the curb and he's going to be heartbroken. And I think she doesn't want the cameras prying into their relationship. So she's bringing back this old shit this season because she didn't
Yeah.
plan for anything else to talk about.
Yeah. I 100 because I think that she only dated Joe because she was heartbroken over Trevor.
Yeah.
And we all saw how much she was
With
obsessed with
Trevor. I
Trevor
know. I
prior
know.
to
It's
like,
like we saw Maddie obsessed with someone.
yeah, I think right now he's like a glorified assistant. Like he
Yeah.
does whatever she wants and they kiss sometimes. Like I don't even think
Like, are they having
she's been
sex? Are they
treating
even
him.
having sex? Like,
It doesn't give
it
that.
doesn't.
Meanwhile, her and Trevor, they literally had sex in a trailer on
I
TV.
know.
Like,
In
it's
like
just
while
like,
they were filming an episode. We've never
yeah.
seen
It's
Maddie
like,
like that.
as a girl, as a girl, like, you can tell when a girl really, really is like obsessed with a guy, whether it's healthy or not, you can tell.
Yeah.
And you can tell when a girl is just dating someone because he's there. And I feel like she was heartbroken over this guy that she thought cheated on her.
Mhm.
Joe Bradley was there. She knows he likes her. So, even when you're heartbroken, you're like, okay, let me move on to the next so I don't think about this guy. Joe Bradley's there. and he's willing to do whatever for her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's how it happened. But the fact that this rumor came out and it came out to be false, I think now she's pissed because she's like, now I'm stuck with Joe Bradley and all his feelings when I broke up with Trevor, the guy I actually liked. And like, who knows where he is now? Like, I think that's why she's mad.
Yeah. Well, what about TJ? Because every season, TJ seems to just be slinging rumors. And honestly, I feel like in 3 seasons, is it 3 or 4 seasons now? I think we're 3 seasons, right?
I thought it was, oh, we're on season
Okay.
4. No.
What? Okay, wow.
Yes.
Okay. So in 4 seasons,
Wow.
besides TJ's like Sir Wieners thing, I feel like I don't know
Hmm.
him. Same with Bradley, though. I also feel like we're getting to see that he has a girlfriend this season. Maybe we'll get to learn a little bit more about Bradley, but really, like, I don't really know much about these people. I know more about Michaels. I know more about
Yeah.
Lake just from her birthday trip last season. I don't know a lot
Yeah.
about
I
TJ and
think
Bradley.
I think they came on as like secondary characters
Mm-hmm.
just to like stir up the drama. I think, we learned more about TJ with the whole like Joe Bradley hookup thing. And it almost seems like he's on the show to just like create like gay rumors because now there's this thing about, no,
Justin,
seriously, because
right?
if you watch the last, yeah, with Justin, it's like he's just like the guy that they have around where it's like, so hooked up with TJ. What is he gay? It's just like I feel like that's just like TJ's role is to like just be around when the other guys are drunk so that they can like kiss and then it be a
That
rumor
they're
and then he like
closeted.
spreads rumors about,
Yeah.
yeah, because like we know nothing else like besides this hot dog thing, we know nothing else really about him. It's just, oh, did Joe Bradley and TJ hook up? Oh, and now there's Justin and TJ, and it's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
okay,
Maybe he's just the worm on the
so
hook. I don't know. I feel like it's very new for the South to even
yeah,
be giving us queer representation, so they probably don't really know what to do with it.
right.
But Bravo should know
And
how
I
to edit it. I mean, you know what I mean? It's kind of
And I think that they're giving, and you know what? It's okay with me, honestly, because now we have Michaels, and I think
Michael's is
Michaels
great.
is a perfect addition. Yeah,
Yeah.
he gives us drama. He's also gay and having to deal with being black and gay in
Yep.
Charleston. And then he also has had a boyfriend. He had the rumors. Did he cheat? Did he not? Like, we also know about his parents not really accepting him. Like,
Yeah.
he has layers
Yeah.
where TJ, it's just like,
That's what I
I hooked
want
up with
though.
TJ
At
when I
this
was
point I
drunk.
want to see
Like,
like who is this pot stirrer? Like where is he coming from? And like I want to learn more.
hmm
But then again, I mean I have so many gay friends here. I just want to know like what TJ's life is like in Charleston. Like what's the gay scene like for TJ in Charleston? Besides like it's hard. Lots of people are in the closet. I want to go deeper. I want to know, is TJ on
Yeah,
Grinder? Is TJ, who is TJ matching with on Grinder? Like that's the
exactly.
side I want to see of TJ on the show. I want to get deeper into the mess of why TJ is still single. Like
hmm
what's really going on, because Michaels has already shown a relationship on the show. Even though it was like
Exactly. I
2
mean,
episodes and now a breakup, it's something. Also, Michael's
yeah,
Michael's fucking crying, like having that moment where he breaks with Leva and like is like looks like he's literally gonna ugly cry everywhere and then just goes like straight face
yeah.
was crazy to me. That was the most
I know. He
crazy
really
moment.
like reeled it in. He reeled it in. He's like,
He
wait a
was like,
minute.
never mind. I was like, what the fuck
I
was
love
that?
I love
Me
Michaels.
too.
I think I he's like the best. Him and Lake are the best addition. I mean, we haven't seen much from her this season so far, but she did so much last season
Yeah.
that like I'm happy that they were added
I think
because,
the Lake and Molly thing is gonna become bigger because Molly
oh,
wants to stay on the show. And now that she doesn't work at the restaurant,
hmm,
she's gonna have to do something. So she's gonna keep showing up
yeah,
and create and stirring the pot with those two. So I could see
yeah,
I could see that continuing. And then like next season, Molly comes
hmm,
back to the restaurant. Like it the one thing about Charleston that worked so well for Southern hospitality and them staying in the restaurant is that it's not like LA, where in LA you're so exposed to your success. Like if you get on a hit reality show, like Rihanna is going to show up and tell you she loves you. Like Lady Gaga is going to request you come to her party at the Abbey because you work 2 doors down and she's obsessed with you. Like these things
Right.
happen in LA with megastars, so it goes
Hmm.
to their head and they like don't want to come to the restaurant and work, blah blah blah. But in Charleston it's so isolated, and King Street is the
Yeah.
shit. Like that, if you're gonna go out, you're going out on King Street. There's nowhere else to go. That's where all the bars are
Hmm.
anyway. Why you're gonna feel your celebrity the biggest and brightest working at that
Yep.
restaurant. It really works in that environment. So I can see that
Hmm.
cast continuing to work at that restaurant, for at least a few
Yeah.
more seasons before it's disrupted. Vanderpumps was disrupted so quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think like the fact that they're in Charleston kind of makes their star shine so much brighter because I
What
mean, no
else are they gonna
offense to
do?
anybody in Charleston, but like what else is there there? Like Vanderpump took over the world because y'all blew up in LA.
Right.
Like people know about LA if you go to like China. Oh, where are you from? Los Angeles. Oh my God, California. You say Charleston, nobody's going to know
You're
where that
right.
is outside of
You're
America.
right.
So it's like that is their thing. Like even Southern Charmers, like that's they're they're way more famous than they probably would have been in any other city. So I'm sure Leva is completely okay with firing employees because she really holds all the power. Like Mia got fired, but she's still on the show.
Yeah.
But it's just like you you getting hired there is like your golden ticket, I feel like.
I really want Mia and Maddie to go head to head for It Girl. I really want Mia to like
Mia
does
is so
Mia have it in her
pretty.
though? Because Mia's so stunning and so composed. Will she go
It's
there? Will
crazy.
she go there, or is she just gonna be like serving face every couple episodes for us? Like
I
what?
feel like she tried to go there with this whole cardboard cutout thing. I realized she's not an arguer because she was stumbling over her words. Like you could tell she
Damn.
doesn't normally do confrontation.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe with some more practice, but honestly, I just love watching her because I don't think I've ever seen someone so pretty in my life.
She's like
Like
one of the most beautiful
I
people on Bravo.
ever. Like I'm just like you're like I don't understand how you're not AI.
Okay, do you believe the Will cheating on Emmy allegations, or do you think he's just a messy drunk that complains?
I, it might be the toxic in me or like the jadedness in me. I feel like he cheated.
Yeah, me
Don't
too.
all
Me
men
too.
mostly
Just in
cheat?
that those just because my cousin went to law school and told me like how tight those classes are, and like they go to school together, they party together. It's literally like high school but like 40 people.
Yep.
I can
Yep.
I think like, and I think Will has such an ego. He has a dark ego that's
Yeah.
there. And I just think Emmy wants the status. Emmy literally, I don't think Emmy cares if he
And
lets
they're
loose at
long
parties. I
distance. Like
know.
you're telling me that he is where was he? What state was
I
he
don't
in?
remember. He was somewhere like a neighboring
But
state or something, but like
he's a state away for weeks, months at what man you know is going weeks,
none.
months without.
None. I think I don't even think it's because he even comes off as a guy with these needs. I think he's just like so insecure because he's such a rat boy. You know what I mean? He's
Mm-hmm.
such a rat
Mm-hmm.
boy. And Emmy Emmy's like doubling. She's double downing. She's like, I've invested this much time in this person. He's going to be successful now and give me the life that I think I want
Yeah.
right now. So I'm just going to double
Mm-hmm.
down and accept it, defend him, his mental health. He can't come to the
Mm-hmm.
reunion. He can't do this. It's just like,
Yeah. She just wants him to pay for like her lifestyle,
yeah.
and that's
That's
fine
fine, but
too,
I'd
but
love her to
don't.
own it. How fresh would that be? How fresh would it be if it was like, it's one
She
thing if you
won't
hook up with other
ever.
people, but don't walk around King Street drunk and tell people you're not happy with me or my new body or something.
Yeah.
Like that was,
Because then
That would
she'll
have
have to
bothered
admit
if
she's
I
in
was
an open
Emmy, that would have
relationship.
bothered me way more than the cheating shit. Because he was like
Yeah.
wasted talking shit about how she looks and how she is, and that feels like deeper. Well, we love Southern hospitality. Let's stay in Charleston and let's talk about Southern Charm. Are you watching this season?
Of course I am.
Okay.
What a mess.
And what do you think? How do you think the season's gone?
I actually really liked this season. As much as I get secondhand embarrassment from watching Sally, she is entertaining. Like that's the season was about her. So I can't hate too much, but she is hard to watch. Like she's very hard to watch. And then the Charlie of it all, and the Craig being just it's crazy. His arc of becoming the villain needs to be studied because when I tell you Craig was my favorite and then he was dating Paige and they were like my favorite couple
Mm-hmm.
and then they broke up and I was like how could Paige break up with Craig, he was so in love with her, this and that, whatever. And then I'm watching the season of Southern Charm just seeing all like his entire personality and I'm just like oh, oh, like you suck.
Literally, he's mega trash this season. It's like it's all
Yeah.
showing, and Craig can come back. Any reality star can come back, but it's going to take Craig discovering accountability and doing some deep
Won't
deep
happen.
work. And I
Won't
just don't know if
happen.
those guys in that environment can do that, because at the end of the day, Craig's going to leave his house and he's a mega celebrity. Okay, so another thing about Charleston, white guys that are like under 6 foot. So the reason that before this show even was a
Oh.
thing, the Thomas Ravenels, the Sheps, the Austins, and the Craigs cleaned up is because they're all taller than 6'2". So they stand on that street and they can
Mm,
take home, and it's like 65% female. They're all blonde college girls. Like
yeah.
they can just take their pick of the litter
Goodness
every single night,
gracious.
and that's why they're charming and they flirt and they're successful and they haven't grown. And so I feel like
Yeah.
it's that environment is not conducive to like self-reflection
At all.
at
At
all.
all. Like the fact that Austin is the best guy out of that group is actually insane to me. Like and I like Austin, but
Mhm.
it's like this is the best guy that we have
I heard
at
Shep
this point in
Rose was
time, which is
seen on
insane.
a date at the Carolina ball with a woman that's age appropriate. Like he took like a 37-year-old or something.
Okay, so the last episode was that the Carolina
I
Ball?
don't know. I haven't
Was
seen it.
that?
I haven't watched it yet, but I saw the clip
Oh yeah.
of
Mm-hmm.
Sally and Austin
She
on the
was
porch, and
37.
I was like, okay, the clip of Sally and Austin on the porch, I was obsessed with it. I loved it. I loved it. I knew what they were doing. I knew what they were doing, and I love that they both did it. And he's like, "Well, I do like you, Sally," and she's like, "You do."
Oh,
I was like, "Yes, yes." I've
she's
always
like, Austin, I'll do whatever. Trust me, we
we
know,
know
Sally.
Sally.
We know you'll do whatever.
I think
Like,
she's always,
damn.
but like, I'm okay. I have been a Sally apologist all season, and I'm the only one. I'm the only one in America because I one love that she's bringing so much to the season. Like she is, you we
Yeah.
can we. I think so many people so many women are having a visceral reaction to her because we all have a friend that's Sally. I have a friend that's Sally, and she is male centered, and she just wants someone to tell her she's pretty and choose her, and she just wants to sleep with them, and then she'll cry and make us all hurt for it later. She will. Like no one will.
I
It's like a boat
had
going
a
through the
friend
lake.
like
Like the
Sally.
wake is going to be behind it, but she just wants to fly on that boat. And I think that's why we all hate
Ugh.
Sally. But I
I had a friend like Sally. I couldn't do it no more.
past tense, you right?
Had I actually I was like, you're embarrassing the brand. Like I can't. I can't do this no more.
I love it. I want her to. I wish she ran a whole line on the team. Like, I honestly like bring T Rav back. Let's have her sleep with him. Let's have her just sleep with everybody she wants to sleep with, and let's like go into the record books with it. But I've always thought since day one that Austin and Sally were like, this is last season talking. I thought they would
Hmm.
have been a great couple. I really do think their vibes match. I think they could be that older couple in the hot tub that are like swingers when they're older, or like just flirting with everybody. Like, I totally think that Austin and Sally, not that they're going to do it, but I do think that there's real potential for chemistry there. And I honestly, if anybody is going to accept Sally for who she is, even liking Craig, it's Austin, because Austin's the same level of toxic with Craig.
Oh, I
I'm not
guess.
shipping it. I'm just
Ugh.
saying that if there was to be a Sally Austin era, it would be
Is
fun.
it weird that I have us?
Who?
I have this weird thing. It's so random, trust me. Austin and Dorit.
Oh, I would love that. But Dorit can't take care of
Like,
Austin.
I don't I feel like she's so like posh and like whatever, but she is flirty. Like you can see in this like single era she's in now,
Yeah.
like we've never seen this side of Dorit. So she is like
Like
flirty. She
at
be smoking
Bose's
her
singles
cigarette. She
lunch, at
like,
her singles lunch, like Dorit
mm-hmm.
was like the only one that knew what she
The
was doing.
right. And everybody thought it would have been Erica because Erica gives off this like man eater vibe. Like I'm so confident. Da, da, da. Erica put in like a situation with men her age, she don't know what to do. But Dorit, she just like it's you either got it or you don't,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
And I feel like Austin is so like he is like really like carefree, but it really depends who he's with. Cause you see with Craig, he's like the father figure because Craig is a child. And then you have him with Madison where he was just mad immature. It's just like he reflects off of like who he's dating. And I'm just like, yo, Austin and Dorit would actually like give me life if they hooked up.
I feel like I would love if they hooked up. I feel like Dorit needs to we're seeing a lot right now in Dorit's like ignorance in the marriage when it comes to finances and stuff. I think Dorit would
Hmm.
need to do a lot of growth there, because I'll be honest, even though Austin comes from money, that's a reason he's so childish in that way. Like, I don't see Austin stepping up and being like a father figure for her kids, taking care of Dorit in that way.
Yeah.
He still wears polo shirts and khaki shorts. Like, it's just, I don't see it working long term. But I do agree their vibes do go well together. And like, if we were all at a party, I would want to sit at the table with them for sure.
Same.
That
Same.
would be really good.
Right.
Remember Ashley?
Oh,
Remember Southern
but
Charm?
yeah,
Remember when Thomas Ravenel brought Ashley for that one season? That'll go down
she
as
was
one of
the
my favorite
best.
seasons of Southern Charm of all time.
She was
It
the
was
best.
wild. She would just walk up
One of
to
the best
Catherine and
villains
be
of all
like,
time.
"Nah, nah, nah, nah," and it was just so outrageous. Everyone hated her.
Literally one of the best villains in Bravo history.
Yes,
They need to actually give her more
she needs
credit.
a Hall of Fame in like
Yeah,
nomination.
yeah. They need to give her more credit.
What do you think about Whitney being in the Epstein files and Miss Patricia? And like, where is Whitney going on the show? Is he just going to phase out next season? Because this whole season, he's maybe come on the trip, but then he's just like into the background. Like, what's his purpose?
I think Whitney still wants to be on the show or like show face just because he's a producer.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's kind of like I don't know if you watch Married to Medicine, but like Mariah, she was the star like during her first season, but she was also a producer on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she eventually like was like, okay, the fans don't really want me, so like she left.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think Whitney is kind of like, I kind of want to keep my toe in this like party era, even though I'm in my 50s. And then
Yeah.
like,
He's like my dad's
but I
age.
don't want to. Yeah. And he's like, but I don't want to participate in anything, but I'm going to just show face because my mom is a fan favorite. I don't know why, but my mom is a fan favorite. So I'm going to just show face on the show. But he's a producer. So I feel like he's just going to
I feel like Miss
be on
Patricia,
it.
like, it's just age diversity. I think if you get any characters that are of some kind of diversity, there is going to be a fan base for them. And so I think that's what Miss Patricia's tapping. Also, it's like all the Bravoholics that are like over 55, or that live south of, I don't know, what do they say, south of the Georgia baseline or something? Like, what's the, I don't know. But anyway, that like she could be something of interest to them. I mean, I do like when
Hmm.
Miss Pat comes on. I do like when I
Yeah.
see her like sharing an opinion or getting the tea from like a Madison, or like, because then I like
Right.
to listen to how people tell Miss Patricia the gossip. I'm like, how are they framing this
Hmm.
story? Like, that's more interesting to me. So when Madison goes and sits with Miss Patricia and talks to her about how she doesn't think Craig is healed from Paige at all, and now he's playing these two girls around in the
Mm.
hot tub, that is a really great way, one, for the producers to set up the storyline, and like make it feel like it's a more valid thing because two outsiders are talking about it on
Yeah.
camera. But two, it
Hmm.
it just feels like I'm in on the girl talk a little bit, and it feels like interesting. And we love Madison. I mean, Madison's really blossomed
Right.
from the whole Austin thing, and I think Southern Charm as a whole too is really tough if you're a woman trying to get on that show, because we've seen it be a revolving door of exes. If like for you to get on the show, you have
Yeah.
to be dating one of these guys, and then the second they're not into
Hmm.
you anymore, they're going to get you off the show. And then the ones that are left
Yeah.
fighting, a Vanita, even a Sally, she's like trying to play the
Hmm.
game, or I'm
Yeah.
curious. I don't think they're gonna invite Charlie back. I like Charlie, I do.
You don't.
I like Charlie, but I don't think they're gonna.
That's
I
interesting.
don't think they're gonna invite her back.
Why?
One, because she didn't couple up with Craig, and Mr. Craig is has some pull now. Two, she is
Hmm.
afraid to actually speak her mind to people. She's constant. All she does is make memeable faces. I mean, when she actually has a problem with someone, we are
True.
going to discover it through a conversation with her mom. She's not going to talk to their cast members. And like, no offense, I love Vanita, but no offense to
True.
Vanita, Vanita can't have confrontation either. So who are we going to pick, the white girl or the black girl? We got to keep the black girl.
True. Yeah, I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it like that, but that is a good point. I just feel like Charlie is like, oh, did you hear the rumor she's like dating Justin from Southern Hospitality?
Wait, yeah, there was a picture of her and the guy she's been dating. Let's look her up. Charlie Southern. Okay, wait, yeah, reality. Um, I think was the one that posted it. Nope.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I
I
literally
mean, they
saw
might
this
keep her on just
yesterday.
because of that.
Yeah, I literally saw this yesterday. I mean, if it
Yeah.
is Justin and he can bring drama and get him with the guys, then maybe they will. Maybe he could
Hmm.
transition over to Southern Charm.
Yeah,
But
dude, that's what Sally did.
damn it, I literally saw it yesterday, and I don't think it's even made mainstream like Google News yet. Here, damn it. Well, we'll have to touch on it in a future date then, because it was literally a rumor or a post I saw yesterday.
Oh, really?
But he's hot. I
Yeah.
mean, Justin is really hot. I would
Hmm.
love for him to be bi or come out as bi. I don't know if that'll even be a thing.
He said he's
I
30%
know.
gay,
I know. So
so
he's like, it's like, so 30 means 50. He's definitely bi, which would be great and fresh for Bravo. We haven't had a bi
right.
king yet on Bravo. So I'd be here for
Exactly.
it, especially cuz he is so hot. It's like no one's going to deny
Yeah,
him of it.
that's very
So
true.
hopefully he
Yeah,
can
I
step
feel
into
like if
that.
I feel like if they're actually dating, Charlie will secure her another season because people love a crossover. I loved when Paige was on Southern Charm.
Me
So
too, but Paige
we
is
shall see.
opinionated and Paige is sharp, and
Yeah.
Charlie is so traditional pageant queen. Like she's
Mhm.
still like I could see her like taking the Cameron route and marrying some doctor and going off into the
Yeah.
sunset.
Yeah.
Like she's not the difference between a Sally and a Charlie is Sally's going to do what it takes to bring the scene and make herself a star, and we're going to respect it in 1 or 2 years even though we all hate her right now. But Charlie, what is she doing? She's like uh, 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 I don't know what to say. And she's like, and we know she's been talking on the phone with Craig every single night till they fall asleep and doing that
Yeah.
shit. And she can't even say it. So I'm
Hmm.
like, no, I only have space for one non confrontational queen on this show. And Vanita's keeping it because her style is unmatched. Like, Vanita is staying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish Vanita was more
Me
confrontational. It's
too.
so annoying to watch her walk away from every argument. I'm like, bro, can we? Because then she'll look for other people to have her back. And it's like, you don't even have your
I
back. So
know.
what do you like?
It
You're mad
pisses
at
me off so
Rodrigo. Be
much.
mad at yourself.
It pisses me off
Like,
so
what?
much. It's like she every season she gets like I'm talking a centimeter better. Like a tiny little
Yeah,
smidgen better. So
barely.
this year she learned the storm out. And so this season every scene that comes up she just storms out. She doesn't say anything. She's like if you don't get it and then she just walks out. I'm like this isn't how you make a
At
reality
all.
show,
That's
Vanita. Like and
right.
honestly,
It's
if Vanita wasn't like a black fashion icon, I don't know if she'd still
She
get
would
to
have
be
been
on the show
fired
either.
already.
Like they would have replaced her too.
Yeah, because what did she do this season besides trying beef with Craig when they weren't in the first
I know
place?
that she can't also the strategy of it. I talked about this before the show started because we could see in all the previews that she was going up against Craig. I'm like, girl, don't punch up that high. Like, don't box outside of your weight class. Don't go. You
Yeah,
could start the season fighting with Craig, bring him the towels and make amends in episode 2. Don't try to keep going with it. Go pick your fight
yeah.
with Molly or Sally or someone on your in your weight class, you know?
Because when it comes to Craig or Vanita, they're gonna pick Craig.
Every time.
Everyone is gonna like it's his
He's the
show,
strong
basically.
white man. He's lied every season about something to someone and people still love him. So,
Exactly.
I don't it's
So I don't know why she need to let it go.
her publicist needs to advise her better or her producer on the show. Like I actually if I was show running Southern Charm, I would want to know what producer was paired with Vanita and I would actually get rid of that
Hmm.
producer. I'd fire that producer. And I'd like fly
Yeah,
in Sierra's producer from Summer House and have her coach Vanita
yeah, yeah.
because
Because it's a mess. It's a
well,
mess.
speaking of Summer House, this is a great segue.
Hmm.
Speaking of Summer House, I've been loving this summer. I was really worried
Yeah.
going into it that the divorce of Amanda and Kyle was going to dominate
Hmm.
every weekend, but they seemed to push it to the side to give us a break because I was really worried it was going to stifle this great new cast and it was going to ruin the party
Yeah.
mode. But it seems
I
to be going okay.
I think that the divorce is going to be the entire season of this In the City show that they're doing with Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we're going to see the divorce play out right now. Um, I hope the producer, like, we've had episodes of just watching Amanda absolutely hate everything Kyle
For
does from like
years.
breathing.
For
Like,
years.
but this season, like the first few episodes, I'm like, I can't even watch how bad this is.
Yeah.
And so thankfully the producers are now focusing more on Bailey and KJ and like the newbies.
Love them.
But and I think they did really good with like casting them. Like they all have their own little personalities. I mean, obviously they're trying to like eliminate Levi for whatever reason.
Why?
Uh,
I don't know
I
why.
don't
I
know.
really like her.
I do too. Every time they've shown her or every time they've let her speak, I'm like, oh, she's funny. Like, she seems cool, but they have, their future in Bailey, it seems like,
Which is
because she's
weird.
just a hot mess. She's a hot mess. She is great TV. She doesn't mind embarrassing herself and saying something stupid. Oh my God, I can't flirt. That's like her theme this summer.
Uh-huh.
So they've banked on her, and then they're like, oh, your little sidekick Levi, will show her whenever you're around.
Literally,
So
that's how it
like,
feels.
she hasn't had a confessional yet. Like,
I didn't notice
have you
that.
realized that? She hasn't had one confessional.
Oh my God.
I was trying to make a video, and I was like on TikTok, and I was looking for their confessionals. She doesn't have one. So I'm like, she's not like a friend. She's still like on the
Cast, but
main
she's just like
cast.
carved out. Does Ben have a
Yeah.
confessional? Because Ben is pretty man of few
Hmm.
words. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, Ben, when he got in that thing with Bailey, he had a few confessionals talking about how he was offended and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, they're, I guess, preparing us to not see Levi next season. And then Dara and KJ are super
Love
cute.
them. I think they're
She
there.
isn't,
It's great. Sierra needs like a bit of a posse to make
yeah,
her feel like she could be in her skin. And I think KJ
yeah,
and Dara actually, they're just naturally gravitating towards each other as friends. KJ has older
hmm
sisters, so I think it's like really comfortable for him to be in that environment. And like when they get together and talk, like I'm there. I want to hear what they're saying.
hmm yeah, yeah. And then I also think Mia is amazing. Like, usually, I feel like they don't like to cast newbies that have boyfriends,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't like make that her thing. Like, you kind of have to remember she's in a relationship,
Right.
because like she's funny, she has a personality, she fits in really, really well. So I think they did a good job with
Wait,
the new
speaking of
people.
boyfriends, I heard the
Hmm.
rhetoric online is that Ben was even more pissed about Bailey saying something like that directly about him trying to make moves on
Hmm.
Amanda because then he was going to have to come out and
Yeah.
admit that he had a girlfriend going into the show.
Oh.
Have you heard
Because
that?
didn't he talk to, I forgot who he was talking to. He was talking to somebody about someone he started dating prior to like going out there this summer, and then
Yeah.
he told her. Do you think that's the same
I think
girl?
it's the same girl. I think like the whole thing was
Hmm.
that he came on the show because they like you to be single, because he's Mr. Australia
Yeah.
Bachelor. They were hoping that he was going to bring a certain thing and he was seeing someone. And he said at the beginning of the season that it didn't work out or something. But apparently the
Yeah.
rhetoric online now that this scene went out, and I don't know if it's true because it could just be people, you know how people talk. It could just be people talking.
Hmm.
But the rhetoric online is that he was so angry about the Amanda thing being called out that
hmm
directly because then he had to like open up about this person that he was dating.
That, hey, that could be it. Because
But he
he
doesn't
was
have game
definitely
like a
very upset
bachelor.
about that.
Like I don't understand. I kind of want to go watch his season on The Bachelor because I'm like,
Oh
this guy
gosh.
doesn't give I'm running The Bachelor. He doesn't even talk that much. Like, he doesn't, yeah, it's
Yeah.
cute that he blushes when he's complimented and he has a hot accent, but like, shouldn't he string out some sentences if he was The Bachelor? I'm really confused.
I think that Ben was so used to like being the star and like the only main character on his show,
Hmm.
that now that he's on like an ensemble cast, he's like, okay, I can like chill. Like, I can let other people do their thing. Like, it's not all about me.
Hmm.
So maybe that's why he's more taking the back seat, because he had a show that was literally just about him.
Oh,
And
that's
so
true.
now
That's a
he's
good
like,
point.
maybe I could chill. Like, I could watch other people fight and argue and stuff. That's what I would do.
He's so cute, and I am happy he's there too. I love that we actually get to go to the club with them again this season. I hated
Yes.
the years where we weren't able to see them out partying. It was really irritating. And like
Hmm.
I I loved this moment this season when KJ was like, I just want to be like one of the boys. And then they show footage of the boys in the club, and it's like Wes, Jesse, and like they're and like everybody's just like spaced out, surrounded by women in the bar.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and I was like, oh my God, this is literally exactly what I pictured them being like. And it is
Yeah.
true. And I'm so happy we're showing it. I'm so
I know.
happy.
I feel like now that, we don't have like the full bed bugs, they have to be active. It's like, okay, we have
The
Kyle and
bedbugs was a
Amanda mad at.
snooze. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. We have like Kyle and Amanda fighting all the time. So of course Kyle wants to go out and not be around her.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have all the newbies. We have girls that are finally going out because we don't have Paige in bed with Sierra and Amanda not going out. So it's like old Summer House again, and it that's why I think it's doing so well because as great as like I do love Paige separately,
Me
but
too.
as great as the bed bugs are, they're boring. Like,
No, summer house and winter house should be for young
oh,
people to be out binge
I miss
drinking and
Winter
partying. Me
House.
too. And now's the time for Bravo to bring it back. Like, we have so many young, fresh casts. We could fly pieces
I
of Southern Hospitality
wish.
out, pieces of Summer House out, new Vanderpump Rules out. We've got such a mix of new young people that it would be
Somebody tell
so
Andy.
good.
Somebody tell Andy. Bring back Winter
He
House. We have
knows,
way too
girl.
many
He
people
knows. I
now.
feel like I'm posting it everywhere all the time. It's time for Winter House to come back. And I also love that the city's picking up because I do care about a lot of these characters, but I just don't think their place is in the
Hmm.
summer house anymore. Like I
Yeah.
unless Amanda's going to turn up, like time to stay in the city now, Amanda, because
Yeah.
I'd rather see more of the Mias and the KJs and like I
Hmm.
and West and Jesse, even fucking Jesse. I hate fucking Jesse. But even
Oh
but
gosh, me
I want to
too.
see I but he's such a geek. If they're going to be out partying, like I want to see him step on his big feet. Like I'd rather see them out partying and having fun and hooking up. That's what that show
Yeah.
is for me. So
Hmm.
I'm really hoping now that we got a small taste of what it should be like that everyone's on board to next season go into just like fresh, young, and fun.
Right. And that's exactly what Summer House was supposed to be in the beginning. It's just we followed these people for like however many years now. So of course they're going to get married, of course they're going to have kids. So like in the city I'm actually excited about because yeah, I do want to see Lindsay as a mom, but not on Summer House. Like
Right.
I do want to see, oh my gosh, Andrea. I miss him. I'm so mad he's married. I wish
I
he was still on Summer
I
House,
think
but
about
I'm glad.
Andrea once a week.
Yeah, as you should, because
Once a
that
week.
man is so fine. He is so
He's a god.
fine.
If he is literally like if there were still Greek gods and they were still like mating with humans and having half human like hybrid babies, like I would
Yeah,
firmly believe that Andrea is one because he is an Adonis. He is the
yeah, he
definition of
is.
sexy.
Yeah, no, he is. Like
And the fact that
I
Paige didn't choose Andrea is absolute like in an alternate
she chose
universe
Craig
in an
over
oh my god.
in what world?
And
In
now
what world?
like I just it's quite frankly devastating because think of what their children could have looked like.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, as much as I don't like the fact that he's happily married, I am loving the fact that he will be on our TVs again. That's another thing Winter House brought us was
Ugh.
Andrea. And so yeah, they need to bring Winter House back, but I'll take in the city. I will take
I
in the
will too
city.
because I want to see Lindsay putting her daughter in like in the best preschool in New York City. I want to see Lindsay
Yeah.
going to those meetings and like bulldozing the principal. I want to
Right.
see
And Lindsay dating. And like,
yes,
even I honestly wish that, because Paige did outgrow Summer House and she's just like way too big for the program now, which is fine. But like, I wish they would have like unveiled in the city for her
same. That
because
would have been the perfect
it would have
time.
been better. Yeah, like she doesn't have time to just go to to Hamptons every summer. She's booked and busy, but she still lives in New York. It would have been a perfect show for her to be like, okay, I have to film Giggly Squad now, and I have to walk like be at New York Fashion Week. Like she, it would have been a perfect show for her,
And I
but
know
it
that
came too
Hannah
late.
Berner would never do it. And I'm not even a big Hannah Berner fan. However, wouldn't
Hmm.
the In the City drama be great if Hannah came
Yes,
back and now Kyle Cook is being pushed to that show because he's no longer on Summer House? Like, I think he'll
yes, and
never want to leave Summer House, but that would
the
be
entire
good.
reason Hannah isn't friends with Amanda anymore is because of Kyle.
I
So
know.
they could have had a whole segment of like, okay, now Amanda and Kyle are getting divorced. Now Amanda's having a sit down with Hannah. Like it could have been a whole, oh, it could have been a whole thing.
It could have
But
been a whole thing. I would have.
yeah,
They guess
maybe just
what? You could still
hire
do
us
it,
as
Bravo. You could
producers.
still do it. Okay.
Right.
We'll
Hire us
take
as
it.
producers.
For real. If we were producers, Taylor, it would be insane. Anyway, well, I look forward to that show as well, and I really hope, because I lived in New York for years, and I there's so, like, the spring, the fall, like every season brings something different, and so I would just love to see
Hmm.
them throughout the year, just like what they're up to in the city. It doesn't even have to be
Yeah.
constant drama. Like, the one thing I learned from Beverly Hills this season in watching Dorit, Bose, and Rachel Zoe just hang out and like be friends is I like watching friends on TV. You don't always have to fight. I just want it to feel
Hmm.
authentic. I want to feel like you guys really are friends. If you're going shopping for
Right.
kaleidoscopes, like I won't necessarily be bored of that. Are you
Right.
if you guys are kikiing while you're doing it.
We used to see them go grocery shopping as a scene on Beverly Hills.
Oh my God, you're so
Like,
right.
yeah, it used to be just housewives doing housewives things, not working. Like, just, oh, we're going to the grocery store. Like,
Well,
and
I
we
think
used to eat it up. So,
Salt Lake City really burst down the door for that because that was the one of the first housewife franchises that came out that was like business centric. All those women, when they
mm,
were brought on board because they had their own businesses, and that was the first one where they were really shining a light on what each of them do. But I have a question for you.
mhm,
Okay, Salt Lake City next season. Now that Mary Cosby's son, RIP, has passed away, do you
mhm.
think, I thought going into the next season before this all went down that next season wasn't going to look good for Mary, and that we were finally going to be chasing down that spotlight of what was going on in the church a little bit more, because they had that
Mm,
documentary come out. It keeps getting brought up here and there at reunions over the years, but it's never
mhm.
really been delved into. And she had
Yeah,
whenever you have such a good season, the next season's going to be rough for you. So I thought
right.
it was looking like that. But now that Robert has passed away, I just don't know if it's going to go in that direction anymore. She might have another safe season. What do you think is going to happen for
Yeah.
Mary going into the next season of Salt Lake City?
I think that a lot of, yeah, I don't, Mary's safe probably for the rest of her career,
You
honestly.
think? You think
Like,
this stuff is working because
yeah.
she's like trying to be supportive, and like she's doing that instead of letting them into her life?
I feel like she did like that scene with her son on the bed and him just
Mhm.
talking about his addiction. Like, there hasn't been a scene that raw and emotional since we saw Vicky lose her mom on the phone. Like
Oh,
people were like everybody was writing in, even other housewives are writing in about that scene
yeah.
because so many times things are so overly produced and like maybe we'll talk about an addiction vaguely or like hypothetically,
Yeah,
but
she
like
faced it head
this
on.
guy was literally like, you're the reason, the only reason I'm still alive. Like it was just like, and it's your child. So I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of times they're like, oh, children are off limits and this and that. Like this what they say, but it's like Mary had this scene with Robert, let it be aired. and then literally a year later, he is no longer with us. Like he
Mm-hmm.
succumbed to his addiction. It's like that
Devastating.
story alone is so devastating, but like that story alone, like she don't,
She's
as far as
safe.
I'm concerned, she doesn't need to share no more. Like I don't know if a housewife has lost their child before.
I don't think so. And you're right. Those scenes
Like
were so impactful. I remember when we watched them and I was like, oh my God. Like, and it was such a
I
real
cried.
conversation because she was able to step back and just let him speak about what he was
Hmm.
experiencing and why he was being drawn to it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. No, you're right. That's a great point. She probably will. I mean, I, she probably will be safe for a while. I don't think she'll be safe from it forever. I think eventually the women are going to turn around and be like, "Well, Mary's going to scratch someone the wrong way," and then they're going to be like, "Well, we don't ever talk about you," and then it'll come back up again. But I think she'll be okay for a couple seasons. Like Salt Lake
It's
City
gonna take a brave housewife
to do it.
to come for Mary, because as soon as they come for Mary, the fans are going to destroy them. Like, oh, this woman lost, like
Yeah,
she's safe in my eyes from that, just because
she lost her
that's gonna
kid.
be the first argument from the public. Like, this lady lost her son. She's excused from everything. Like,
Yeah,
she had to bury her child. Like, you care about whatever little petty thing she just did, like that is,
yeah, yeah,
like, you know what
yeah,
I mean, like
yeah. No, I hear
stuff
you.
like, oh, you
I
did,
just don't
because
discount a
housewives,
housewife for coming for someone. You know
oh
what I
no, they
mean?
probably will. It's gonna be a brave housewife or a brave friend of
I feel
that
like
might
I
do
feel
it.
it's not going to even be in the next two seasons. But if I had to make a prediction, it'll either be someone new and clamoring. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it'll be someone as low-hanging fruit as Brittany, but if if somehow Mary gets involved on the wrong side of something, like a Bronwyn versus somebody storyline, I could see a Bronwyn maybe pulling a cat out of the bag. I don't know. It depends. I feel like that show, I'm always surprised by the rotation of dynamic and who's on what side for things. Except
Mm-hmm.
for Heather. I feel like I can always predict where Heather's going. But everybody else, I'm always kind of surprised by, like even the Bronwyn and Meredith fallout this season. I don't think I
Yeah.
could have predicted. I thought for sure that like Meredith was always like kind of the queen bee that Bronwyn really wanted to like her. And so I never
Mm-hmm.
would have thought that she would have twisted the fork or the knife in her back the way that she did at the end of the season. So it was really,
Yeah.
but maybe that's because Meredith was being just so outrageous. She was inexcusable now. I don't know. But I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, Salt Lake City is carrying the Housewives. It is so
Oh, for
good.
sure.
It is
For
so good.
sure. I think they're leagues and leagues ahead of like the other cities.
Who do you
The other
like on
cities
that
are
show?
it changes. It really
It
changes,
does.
because I mean, I will always like Mary Cosby. I've liked her from when she was controversial season 1.
Yep.
I saw it in her. But ooh, so now, like post reunion, I have to say I am on like the Lisa Meredith side of things.
Uh huh.
Um, but it wasn't always like that. Like during last season, I loved Angie K, loved her and Mary, I still love as friends.
Yes,
And I was like super against Meredith. I liked Bronwyn. But it really changes. Next
it
next
does.
season, I'll probably like Brittany. Like, who knows? But it
No, for
I
real.
think that's why it's so good, is because you can't really align yourself fully with one housewife because they do something. One person I know I will never like is Whitney. That's who I know. Like, I don't care what argument she has, I will never be on Whitney's side.
But she's on her healing journey, Taylor.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. She needs to try
What if
harder.
she
I can't
heals? Will you
stand
like her
Whitney.
then? No, I'm just saying
If she
what I
heals,
love
if she heals,
what I love about Salt Lake City is that they literally are they're all so invested, and even now Mary, because Mary wasn't like this like pre-season 4, but when she came
right.
back, it's like they had a serious talking with her and they were like, if you come back on the show this season, you need to be committed to the show and you need to enjoy it or don't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like literally that flipped a switch in her that made her decide that she was going to enjoy making the show, and now she's loving it. Like she's double row teeth grinning at BravoCon. Like she's having the best time
Right.
of her life. So I think
Yeah.
she's going to keep bringing it. I want to see how far Mary can go with the drama for sure, because
Yeah.
I think as much as I love Mary, I think there's some dark shit going on. Like I don't condone that audio clip from the documentary where she's calling those people poor and asking for more money on her birthday. That's the one thing I can't unhear with Mary, and I do want them to bring it up. I mean, I grew up in a Catholic family and church shit, and
Hmm.
I love when religious drama gets pulled up. I love religious horror. I love it. So I
Yeah.
want, not now, I totally respect what she's going through, and I do think she gave the public and the Bravoverse and gave us like this amazing deep dive into her and her son's struggles. But I do want
Hmm.
in like 3 seasons some shit to come up. I want to go there.
I
That
mean, you might get that. I feel like obviously not
I don't
this next
know.
season, but maybe in a
If
few
she was
years if she
smart,
sticks
she would
around.
just embrace the housewives and like phase out of that church altogether. Like just get out of there.
Yeah, but
I know.
that's
That's her
her
thing.
life,
I
so
know. I
yeah.
know. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. I think before we get towards the end of this thing, we need a Nicolandria update. They just had their first red carpet appearance together. You reported on it
Yep,
on TikTok.
sure
Where are
did.
they at? Are they still like hometowning it together, or is it mostly professional appearances these days? Where's their relationship? Give us an update.
Okay, so from what I'm seeing, Nick's birthday is coming up, and he's from Florida. He's from Jacksonville, but he's in South Florida a lot, and so I think that she's going to be at his birthday in Florida. I don't know what he's doing, but he did say like he's having some type of boat celebration on the
Oh.
water, probably in Miami, and
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming we're going to see Alandria there.
In a
So I'll be
gorgeous
very
bathing
shocked if we
suit.
don't.
Yeah.
In a bathing suit, like that's all we need now. But did you see the drama with
And her
Taylor's
mom.
mom?
No, okay, no, I didn't. I saw a snippet of it, but I don't know what she said. Update,
Girl,
tell us.
girl. So if y'all forgot who Taylor was, it was who Alandria was coupled up with for the longest time on Love Island, and then
The
he
cowboy,
picked
the
Clark.
skinny flat ass cowboy.
Yes, and then he said, I picked Clark. And so apparently his mom has been messy on TikTok and
Uh-huh.
Instagram, um, reposting, not even liking, reposting content just bashing Nick, calling him like he saying like he stole Alandria from Taylor when Taylor
Oh, we watched
literally
we
picked
watched the
Clark.
show. We saw
Right,
we saw what Taylor did. It was not Olandria's choice at all.
exactly. And then saying that like there was this guy on Instagram and someone said that he looked like Alandria and she reposted it. And so people are like killing her comments. Like she made her page private, but then on Instagram, they did a thing with Sweet Greens where Nick was in a cowboy hat and Alandria was like there. And she was like, oh, since when is Nick country? Because, the cowboy thing is only for Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
right? So,
Heaven
yeah,
forbid anyone else has a cowboy hat.
she's been hating online and people are coming for her now.
Well, she put her foot in it. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
she did. She sure did.
So
But
he has a birthday
yeah,
coming up, so we're expecting to see them together there. Um,
yeah,
and I feel like they've been together for like almost a year now, right? They got together last summer, basically, but they
yeah,
screened the episode last summer, so it was right. It was
yeah.
probably
So
about
I
this
would,
time where they were starting to film.
yeah. So I mean, it's a live show, so I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
true. No, you're
it's
so right. It is a live show. Thank you for reminding me.
yeah, yeah. So it's probably like what, like 9 months, 8, 9 months, somewhere where a baby
They're
should happen.
definitely going to show up this season. They're definitely going to come host like a competition on Love Island this season.
Oh, they have to. They have to.
They will. It's
Yeah.
probably already booked. I'm excited too. I love Now my summers are Big Brother and Love Island, and it's
Hmm.
perfect because usually it's a little
I
like
love
dry.
Big
It's a little
Brother.
bit of a dry season.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Love Island definitely takes over. And the fact that it comes on every single day except for Saturday,
Is Maura
I'm just
Higgins
like,
or Ariana Madix hosting this year?
yeah, Ariana's hosting again.
She's back?
I think, yes,
Great.
yes. And I think, I mean, she knows that's like her bread and butter
I know,
now.
but last season I
So,
think she was like the contract was coming up, so she was like saying it might be her last season, and she was baiting that, and I
mhm.
was like, "What? Like, why would you do that? No way."
on on all the promo I've seen, well, it's very little right now because it just got announced that Love Island's starting back in June, but I've seen her on it. So I would assume, like, I
Yeah.
think it would have been announced by now if they had changed the host.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
too, but I wasn't sure, and so I wanted to check in and ask about it. I
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to
I'm
see.
so
I
excited.
wonder like what's going to happen.
It's just so crazy that like right now there's like people that are just living their regular lives and like in 2 months they're gonna have millions of followers and just be like celebrities. They have no
In
idea.
the villa, sleeping in a big room with a bunch of other people, sharing beds with people they might love or might hate in the villa.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
just so good. So, I mean, if anyone watching this on YouTube right now or listening to the podcast is never gotten into Love Island, maybe there's 3 episodes a week. Maybe that's a little scary for you. I would like to encourage you to give it a shot this summer because
Yes,
it
it's
is
so
worth it. It
good.
is fun. It's what I call it orgy light. Like everyone's making out with everyone in these competitions. It's
Yes, it's
like
so
everyone's yeah,
unsanitary.
it's crazy, but it's contained and they're all so hot. And toxicity is allowed for me if you are like
Mhm.
super uber hot. But I mean, okay, this is my problem with Love is Blind. Okay, you can't be that mid looking and be toxic. Like I hate that show because they end up being so horrible to each other, and they're just
Yeah.
so it's like average Joe that's wearing khakis and working at the insurance company. I'm not into it. You have to be Olandria level hot.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
problem with Taylor even being on the show last season. Honestly, I didn't think I knew why Taylor was there, but I didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that there's smoke shows this year, you know?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think honestly, circling back to Vanderpump Rules, I think that's why it's hard for me to watch the new season because nobody's attractive to me. It's like Love is Blind, Vanderpump Rule edition.
I actually I can see that. I can see that.
It's like
They're
the
all
old
kind of like
season, they were all hot.
they're all like fish-eyed or like,
Yeah, they're
it's
not.
like I'm sure in person they're attractive, but to be like a smoke show on camera is like next level hot. So that's not easily obtainable by any means. It's very
Right.
difficult to pull off. But Love
Exactly.
Island does it. And I would love a bisexual Love Island where everyone coming on is bi. Could you imagine how messy
Do
that
you
would
know
get?
what? There would be nah. They would have to call the cops to Fiji because now, like,
I would
imagine a
love it.
guy thinks he's like really into this
Imagine
girl,
them
and then
leaving
she's,
each other and recoupling with people that you never expected.
you know what a mess that would be? Oh my gosh.
I would be obsessed. Like, if we could get Justin level hot from Southern Hospitality,
Right.
bisexual kings and queens on or non-binary on Love Island and do a whole season of that, that would be
A mess. A mess.
yeah, I would love
A
it.
mess. They would need security.
Security. And it
Like
could be like
for real.
bombshells, like new hot bombshells security that come in and break it up.
Oh my gosh. No, that's not what I mean. They need actual Jerry.
Security.
They need
A new
Jerry
bombshell has
Springer.
entered the villa.
Jerry Springer security.
Oh my
Oh my
God. I love
gosh.
Jerry Springer. Don't I should start a podcast about Jerry Springer. Anyway. Anyway,
Fine.
Taylor, this has been awesome. I've been love catching up with you. I love talking about
Yes,
Bravo
me
with you.
too.
You're the best. Is there anything else you have going on that you think the Bravoholics should know about before you go?
Ooh, well, I am trying emphasis on trying to start a YouTube channel to just like post longer form content. Do I know what I'm
Yes.
going to be talking about? No, I
Oh my
don't.
God. Well,
But I started posting just like my TikToks on YouTube, and I've gained a little tiny bit of a following. So I was like, okay, maybe I should post longer content
yes.
talking mess, longer than
Yes.
my 1 minute, 2 minute rants on TikTok. So yeah, my YouTube is the same name, TAYYY.me. So
We'll
if you
link
want
it
to
below for
subscribe.
people to find.
Yeah.
Yes. And let me know if you need help with that at all. I mean, I would love to
I probably
support.
do because I don't know what I'm doing.
I love it. Well, YouTube lets you do collabs now, so we could like link up
Oh,
and co-host it together so that you could tap the Bravoholics YouTube universe and while
that.
you get launched and stuff, and like you could do lives on there too. Like there's so many different avenues for you to
Yeah.
play with when it comes to YouTube. So I am
Oh, that's
excited to
cool.
see how it blossoms for you, because I think like your
Yes.
opinion is so valuable and people love hearing what your
Thanks.
commentary on these shows. So thanks for coming out tonight to this week's meeting of Bravoholics Anonymous.
Yes, thanks for having me once again. It's always good chatting with you.
Okay, well, have a great rest of your weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You
And
too.
we'll see you at next week's meeting. Bye,
Okay,
everybody.
bye.
All right, Bravoholics, that's our meeting for today. If you loved this episode, don't forget to follow, rate, and subscribe. It really helps us grow this little support group and keep bringing in more amazing voices from across the reality TV universe. And if you're watching along with us on YouTube, we want to hear from you. What are you loving? What are you skipping? And what should we be talking about next? Comment below. We'll be back soon with more recaps, more guests, and of course, more chaos. Until then, keep your champagne cold and your taglines iconic.